done. So very quickly, what are your predictions for this second draft?
My prediction is if Alchemist buys Aghanim Scepter for Troll, they lose.
Yes.
If they buy for
100%.
Void Spirit, if he ever buys Ags for Troll, they lose. But if he just doesn't give it to him, they win. That's my prediction. So I'll go with Aster.
Biko.
I want to go with IG. Wasn't it JT before who went like the Battle Fury into
No,
next
No,
item?
that was
No,
Osiris.
that was Osiris.
I'll
The
get my
SEO
regions mixed up. All right, you know what? I'll go
Silly
IG
boy.
just because I'm
Similar player.
embarrassed.
Similar
fine.
person indeed, yes. Alrighty, thank you very much, Biko Lacoste. I'll let
Happens.
you guys get into it for game number 2. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Nomad. Coming into game number 2, we'll see what IG can do. It was Masaris. On the last day
well, you
here,
watch too much Dota, so did I. You know, and you know what I do when I go back home? I either play Dota or I watch some more Dota. Yeah.
Wait, what do you guys do in your free time? Well, I watch more Dota.
You know,
Okay.
a movie here or there, some TV shows, but that's pretty much it. That's very rare. Just before I go to bed, something to make me sleep easier. Let's focus on this one. So yeah, I want to see that Aghanim Scepter on Emo, on Void Spirit. Troll literally has nothing to like dispel in this game. Like, he can dispel if he decides to give him Aghanim Scepter, Wraith Fire Blast slow. That's pretty much it. He can't dispel enemies, so that's also a bummer. So probably gonna be just Aghanims for that Void Spirit, and then get some real items to fight with the team.
Yeah.
I would not mind seeing like Medallion, Blink, even like a Solar Crest. A lot of value coming out from the Solar Crest against Great King, against the DP ulti, Shaman Wards. Like, just gonna be very good, I believe. But yeah, I want to see that timing on the Aghanim Scepter from Alchemist. Also, I don't think he should have a rough time on the top. It's a Tusk plus a Great King. Tusk brings a lot of to the table, you know, a lot of kill potential, but they also should be careful. Like, sitting in Acid Spray, that's -4 armor. I don't know why every minus armor is like -4. Tide's Gush is also -4. This also lasts for 16 seconds for some reason. So it's very hard to just, every single time he has that Acid Spray, he's just going to throw it on a creep wave, and you as a support or a carry can't really enter that area. Sorry, can't enter for 16 seconds. You're like a security guard of Acid Spray area.
Yeah, it ends up being a spot that you really don't want to stand in. The last time JT played this, by the way, I was giving it a look. He went Ags, got Ags at 11 minutes, gave it to the Void Spirit, and then I believe Ags at 18 minutes gave that to the Troll, and then went Blink Hex. So stun comes out, Kaka on the run, first blood there for Monet. If you're keeping him in the stay-out area of the Acid Spray, you definitely don't want to move forward too far where you end up giving up your life, and that's exactly what happened to Kaka there.
He needs to be careful, especially now that Tusk will get a level 2. With the Snowball, you come back to the lane, level 1. Could be a bit tricky. Mid lane, how are we doing? 10 for Dead Prophet, 7 for Void Spirit. It's hard for Void Spirit. Like, Void Spirit usually is like super strong laner, but like certain matchups he doesn't deal that well against. Like Shadow Fiend, one of the reasons why they banned it out. Also like Dead Prophet, you know, you have this Spirit Siphon that is going to be like maxed out, so something you really struggle with. And Dead Prophet, like, I don't know why this hero also has 335 movement speed level 1.
Yeah, we were talking about that
she's
before.
faster than some heroes with boots.
Stun comes out onto the Tusk. Lanham running through the Acid Spray, taking a lot of damage. They still go after Kaka for a moment. A little bit of damage done there. Back to your point about the 335 movement speed. I think we said when we talked about this earlier was like he could, the Death Prophet could have 315 movement speed and still feel good.
For sure. Like she just
insane.
has some extra that is unnecessary.
Yeah. It really does make not much sense.
I want to see how much XXS can do on this Timbersaw. Like,
Great Fire Blast again. Go to the tag team. Her Spike charging up the stun. Gets it onto the Tusk again. Standing in the Acid Spray. And Kaka will get the kill. So instead of being the casualty this time, he gets one on the side of Aster.
it's a lot of damage, you know, sitting inside the Acid Spray, like Unstable Concoction is also physical damage, so it like the less armor you have, the more damage it does. So need to be careful about that one. Top lane, they're going in again. Like,
Yeah,
he's
they
dead.
go and they'll get the kill onto the Wraith King. It'll be Kaka again who gets the kill, and now you've taken out 2 straight heroes in this top lane. Well, it looked like the lane might get difficult for this Lion. Now Kaka's produced 2 kills and feels really good for this Alchemist.
Looking at Fly's build, he's rushing Javelin on Troll, which is okay. I've seen people try to do that against the Timbersaw, because like you want to be able to deal some kind of damage to him. Pretty much he's has resistance to physical damage, especially if you leave him alone. And that procs coming out from Javelin could make it work, but you will have to go to the jungle eventually, I believe. Like, he just takes over. He's level 4, Troll getting closer to level 4. It's time for Shadow Shaman to leave him and just get solo XP for XXS on the bottom.
Interesting there. White Album stood in front of the Aether Remnant that would have killed the range creep. Kaka killed himself to neutrals. He'll come back over mid, refill the bottle there for Emo. So gets that bottle refill, although the bottle is refilled for White Album on the Illusion Rune. And now without this Lion, they try to get a kill here onto the Alchemist, but the shards just aren't quite on the mark. So JT survives. And he does have a salve, so he could back off and use that salve, just heal up a little bit.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they picked Raid King into Alchemist, right?
I believe so.
Because it's a really good matchup for Alchemist. Like, those skeletons, it's just free gold for Alch. They respawn, they give gold again.
It's a lot of gold. So JT just continuing to farm, having a good time with the skeleton gold. Kaka getting spotted again. The acid spray is down, charging up this stun though. They go after the Tusk once more, and they'll chase Lanham all the way onto the high ground. Kaka, he's got another spike available. Aether Remnant to snag that kill.
It's good that Emo got that last hit. I'm gonna say struggle in the mid lane, but yeah, DP doing much better, and now he missed some CS on the mid. He gets the last hit on the hero. Like, once Void Spirit gets level 6, Lion can rotate mid, possibly jump to Death Prophet, try to burst her. I think they have enough damage to do so. There's no raindrop on a Death Prophet, and here comes Lion already lurking around. Problem is, Void Spirit needs this next wave to be level 6.
Right. So 3-1 at the 6-minute mark. A little bit of a lead for ING. Not a massive lead right now. Earth Spike comes in and they'll pick up the Haste Rune. Shackle, Astro Step. Ooh, but the Aether Remnant's not in the right spot. Astro Step once again. They'll get the kill on a Borax. They look over as Lanham's also rotated in. But surviving is the Void Spirit.
Emo will just go back. Rune has been picked up. No one is low enough to die and possibly refill his bottle. So he'll just go to base.
JT, Soul Ring, shreds. Not sitting top of the net worth just yet. Feels like his lane's been kind of open.
Yeah, he gets a lot of gold. He's very close to level 6. Monet also 6, saving a point for reincarnation. Seems like this movement has been read well. They didn't scout it out, but yeah, they know something was cooking. Void Spirit missing from the lane, going back. He's also trying to stack, so Alchemist can get inside that area, try to clear it pretty quickly. One thing they can try to do possibly is invade that area with the Timbersaw,
right,
and possibly like even Death Prophet. Like, you want to deal some damage with the Exorcism on the tower, but it's also very fine if you just steal the stacks from the Alchemist. There is one observer board from Aster scouting things out. They don't see how many stacks there are. They can see the Ancients only, but they're not stacked at the moment.
Exorcism used bottom as XSS will cut the creep wave. They will use that glyph. So we'll see if IG try to do something here or trade a tower instead. They've got 3 heroes top, so it's looking like they want to trade, or at least attempt to.
And here comes Timber. So, yeah, plan fails immediately.
Yeah, and Ali looking like he might die. Chuck him on top of him. They've got the snowball. They'll chase this Abaddon, but they just don't have the damage. And now they've come over. They've controlled XXS, who will Timber Chain away with a rotation over, or at least one fainted. Stop the TP, and they don't get the kill on XXS.
A great
Instead they'll just
itemization
go
from
away.
him. You know, that Soul Ring, Magic Stick straight into Hood. He understands that there is a ton of magical damage and that Hood actually keeps him alive.
Borax caught for a moment. Just again, don't have the proper lockdown to keep him close. Not sure that'll matter at the end of the day. The Aphotic Shield pops and the Mist Coil kills Borax. JT really trying to get into this Ags at around the 10-11 minute mark like he had done in the prior game that he did this.
He's farming nicely. He's staying 600 gold ahead of Timbersaw. Once Void Spirit gets that Aghanim Scepter, they should start playing more aggressively. Also,
Right.
I'm wondering what the item on the emo is going to be. Probably you get the Yule Scepter when someone like gives you Aghanim Scepter, so you have a defensive tool, you have some extra mana regen. The thing about the Ags is like you get the stats from it. It's pretty insane. Like makes you so much more tanky, and you also have like your shield, you have a Baton shield behind you, so gonna be pretty unkillable, I would say.
I guess the thing is, with JT not... You're saying don't give the Ags over to the Troll, right?
Yeah.
Does he need it at all this game?
No,
So-
I just don't... He doesn't have anything to dispel for himself, and he can't dispel enemies, so it would just be like a huge waste of gold. I would rather see it on any other heroes, actually, like even
Shackle.
Lion. I wouldn't mind seeing it on.
And the Shard turning around. Astral Step, he's in too far, and now Dissimulate, he doesn't have an Astral Step to work with, so he goes north. It's on cooldown for another 17 seconds. They're chasing. Aether Remnant behind him. Lanham coming over. He'll find him, has the tag team. There's the Resonant Pulse. He's just trying to buy enough time to have an Astral Step, but they've got the Shackle, they'll have the control, and they'll get this kill. Takes 4 heroes roaming around the map to get Emo, which does open space up, but you really want to get to that Yules and kind of have that dual timing with the Yules Ags.
Space created. That's what we're gonna call it. A lot of time invested from Team Aster to get that kill, but in the end I feel like it's still worth it. Alchemist will have Aghanim Scepter done in the next 30 seconds.
Have that Ags. And what I wanted to go off of asking if Troll needed the Ags was what we saw in that last game when he did get Troll that Ags is a lot of time spent farming for that second one. So he could go to something else here and start to become more of just a Ags giver now. Well, now that he's got this Ags, he can build into other things, right?
Yeah, he can buy some either Blink Dagger, like I mentioned, the Medallion, possibly Solar Crest. I think you get a lot of value from it.
They may not expect this timing. They've got the double Astral Step and the double Resonant Pulse. They've got the finger. They get the kill on a White Album very quickly. He did use that Exorcism, and now they're going to jump and move Verlanum, who used that Snowball all the way across onto Kaka. Getting right click down here. They'll get the kill on Kaka. They've got Emo moving forward on Lanum. Aether Remnant lands. They got a second kill. They'll take it the top.
There's
They
the
look
root.
over at this Timber, and they've got him rooted. They've got him stunned. They'll get the kill. The Timber Chain doesn't get him out, and it's 3-for-1 in favor of IG. Now up 4,000 gold.
That's a first great fight, showing of the Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit, 2 charges on Resonant Pulse with the silences. It's so easy to set it up, like they were perfectly aligned pretty much. They lost 1 hero, but in the end it's really worth it. And now Alchemist farming up one more time. He has Aghanim Scepter queued up.
Now we watch this as silences just make Monet having to hold that Breathe Fire Blast. They focus their attention onto a support. It just doesn't feel like they have enough here, and obviously they get a little surprised by the Ags timing, but you should understand that, right? That timing's going to be around this mark based on the last time he played this Alk. And
You
the way
can
his
kind of
game's going.
expect it, but if you don't see the hero, you can only try to guess, you know, what's happening. And look at the Void Spirit right now. He has 1,700 HP on the hero, level 10.
Yeah, holding on to a
With
double
almost
damage.
no items.
Holding on to that DD, let's see.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Doesn't have Yules, and it doesn't look like he's going for it anymore. Just going into the BKB.
They have nothing that goes like through BKB. They can, you know, use Exorcism, Molar Sponge.
And they will go after this Tusk. Emo gets the kill. He's got another one, using that double damage to find a kill, and now 5-1 and 2.
But yeah, like BKB is okay-ish. Maybe I would love to see something different, either like a Yule Scepter, possibly even like a Witchblade, something that gives you a bit more damage.
Stun thrown at White Album over mid, but that won't do much. Fly on the Troll, looks over at XXS, who will Timber Chain away, but he'll Battle Trance. He's looking for him. He's trying to get a root here. Finally gets it, but the Timber Chain away, just pulling him further and further into the lane, not really doing much. So Battle Trance is now down for 3 right clicks. He got, yeah, I mean, he really didn't get much out of that.
Emo really, you know, thinking,
Oh,
what
Kaga.
should I buy?
He is so dead here. Dead on his screen already. We'll get a 2-man stun, but there's nobody here to help. Oh, he's going Ags again on Elk. You know what I wouldn't hate? If this Ags goes to the Lion.
Yeah, that would I would love to actually see that, because Lion will get a Blink Dagger in the next few minutes, like having AoV Finger, lowering the cooldown on it. But I just feel it's just going to be Troll because of the tankiness. Even lowering the cooldown on Axis is not that great. You're playing into Raid King, like he's pretty much the only hero who deals right-click damage, so you don't get value too much out of it. But yeah, I think it's all about the tankiness.
I'm just going to assume it's going to Lion for now, though. Until it doesn't,
I
I'm
hope
just
so.
assuming.
Emo, he changed his item build, wanted to get Spirit Vessel, Yule Scepter, Witchblade, BKB, ends up going for the Desolator. Just straight up damage.
Well, for right now, he's got the Mithril Hammer. Could end
No,
up turning
he is
that into a
committing, you know.
BKB.
He bought a Blightstone.
Yeah, but he's not using it, so that gives me the inkling of a feeling that he's not quite committed.
Also, I think if they want to be like more efficient, JT should be farming where the skeletons are, because it gives you like a ton of gold.
Yeah. He's almost got this Ags. It's almost Lion Ags time.
Yeah, it's almost time to give my boy Lion eggs.
Radiant are scanning.
Would feel so good.
A bit under-leveled at this point.
Yeah, but as the game progresses, that Lion just starts hitting real hard. Blink Ags timing would be disgusting for this Lion. I just ups that damage, and then it's an AoE.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We'll have to see. Emo 100 gold away from the Desolator. Has the Astral Step, Resonant Pulse, cleans up the creeps, commits to the Deso, and now
This is going to be
he's
like
got that
such
minus
a
armor.
strong timing for IG. Void Spirit finishing his Deso. Troll, you know, he's not having any free items yet, but him getting a BKB, they will be ready to fight. Turn that possibly into Roche. Aghanim Scepter is flying. Let's see who's going close to the Alchemist.
Ollie?
Ollie, what are you doing? He's like, I'll give you clarity, bro. You give me Ags.
Even trade, equivalent exchange. Oh, yeah, I mean,
Ollie's still lurking around.
let's see. It would give Ollie the borrowed time upgrade. But I'm watching JT's movements. Fly's going, and Kaka isn't. It's not a race to who gets this Ags. Disappointment. I get it, but I just want my boy Kaka to be hitting with a stronger finger.
Get me out of this game, please. Just kidding, you know. It's okay, because he is a bit more tanky. They will hit their timings. This troll has like 2,000 HP. Needs 100 gold to finish off the BKB. I see Solar Crest. I really love that from JT. I talked about like the value they get from it, from the armor or just minus armor if he uses it offensively. Also, I would love to see like Berserker Potion. I wouldn't mind seeing that. It's a good ability against like some of these silences.
So 4-staff being built for both the Abaddon as well as the Lion. They'll go to the tier 1 tower mid and take it. Fly gets credit for that.
Has fallen.
And Solar Crest next for
Radiant's top
JT.
tower is under attack.
We'll see how quickly he gets into that. Like you said, you want to see him.
Follow the skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing that on the bottom lane. Look at that gold. Respawn.
He's getting stonks.
27. Like, that's just free gold.
Oh, he knows it. He goes from 1,600 to 2,600 gold. Real fast. But leaves the range creep. So now he buys a Blink Dagger instead. Didn't have it queued up, but he'll have that Blink.
Blink is fine to be able to just jump. You feel tanky enough. He still doesn't have a neutral item. Who's going to pick it up? Come on, JT. You know you want it. There we go.
So into Roche? No, not yet. XXS might be spotted. Kaka's got a Blink Dagger. There's the Blink as well as the Hex. The Astral Step as well as the Resonant Pulse with the finger. That comes through and gets the kill. Emo will get credit for that. 2 stacks on the finger for Kaka. They're right by Roche. They could just go into the pit. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
Lanham will probably try to go for a sneaky play. Maybe steal the Roche. Nope. Okay, does not want to go for it. I think it's really worth it, you know. Use Ice Shard, Snowball, potentially either get the last hit or try to get the Roche. But it's hard, you know. They didn't even have Remnants inside the pit in case he tries to do something like that. So Void Spirit does a ton of right-click damage. Like, this is the way to scale. Someone gives you Ags, of course, free gold. Desolator going into BKB. Like, he's gonna hurt. Like, his right-clicks are gonna hurt quite a lot. Timbersaw, Hood, BKB to be into the Aghanim Shard. I saw a similar item build from Ice 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 when they were playing. I believe it was against the Quincy crew, where like he kind of struggled in the lane and then just turned the whole fight around. Like, he was just keeping the pressure of some of his teammates. Getting that BKB Flamethrower is not a meme. It's an actually really good shard. A lot of slow coming out from that. It's a 30% slow that lasts like 7 seconds.
It's proven to be S tier.
Top tower is under attack.
They are putting pressure on over top. They've got this Aegis and JT. And the bounty runes, getting 300 gold for that. That's always nice. But was it Thompson who used to go like Crystallis first item on Void
Yeah,
Spirit?
when Crystallis was OP item. Alchemist again.
Skeletons,
Chasing
following the
those
skeletons.
skellies.
Watch his gold just skyrocket. It's like winning the lottery.
Radiant are scanning.
The local lottery, not the Mega Millions or Powerball. So go towards bottom, take a tier 1. Aster not exactly looking to play this game just yet and fight them. They need a little bit more here. They want a little bit more here. They've got Shard flying out to the Timber. They want the BKB here from Monet. They won't have much of the map to play with once they do, in fact, have those items, though. As these tier 1s are going down, and definitely IG are looking to squeeze the map even more.
He also has that Berserker Potion that I mentioned. I really love the upgrade, where you have another way of dispelling things. It's a soft dispel. Aphotic Shield, you know, is a strong dispel, so he can dispel off hacks, he can dispel shackles, while Potion cannot do that.
Stun onto the Wraith King. Nothing more just yet.
Radiant's top tower
But
is
back
under
on to
attack.
hitting the tier 2. Wraith Fire Blast, okay. Just throwing stuns back and forth at each other. JT, you're it. You've been tagged back.
JT pretending to be AFK.
Another Wraith Fire Blast now trolls it. They're going to the Basher on Troll. He's almost got it, just 90 gold from it. And there it is. So he's got the Basher. He'll have that. That'll help with the lockdown. Really would love that Solar Crest to go with this. JT, I believe, maybe building Lincolns after that. I don't know. He's got the Perseverance queued up. We'll see what he goes for.
Meteor, just kidding. No way. He's going Meteor Hammer.
Refresher.
Possibly, like Lincoln Sphere to protect one of his carries.
Could go just at high
Dire's
utility.
top tower is under attack.
Make sure your team survives route.
I wouldn't
Solar
mind
Crest and
seeing
Lincolns
AC after finishing the Solar Crest. I wouldn't mind that. I think we also get a lot of value. DPLT, like Raid King right clicks. Eventually, like Raid King will buy his AC, so you want to nullify that.
Charging up that stun again, following the skeletons. Or at least trying to. He's following the skeleton right now. Skeletons are active over mid with Fly, who's going into the heart next. So he'll go heart. You've got Berserker Potion. You've got Solar Crest that should be coming out soon. You're going to feel really strong as this troll.
In a lot of situations, new heart feels much
Dire's
better
middle
than
tower
Satanic.
is under attack.
Like, after removing status resistance from Satanic, I don't mind that. You know, I felt it was a bit too OP, especially stacking the status resistance.
Right.
But the new heart also feels really, really good.
12K lead. For IG, I mean, this is a good spot to be in. I think the net worth lead, though, could be seen as a little bit deceptive, right?
Radiant's
Where,
bottom
yeah,
tower
it's
is under attack.
12K, but Aster feel like there were maybe 1 or 2 fights out of it.
Yeah, because they're making gold out of nothing. Also, one item that I would not mind seeing on Troll is also Scotty against, you know, healing coming out from the Death Prophet, crippling the Raid King, reducing the healing on the Timber Saw. I don't think others can build. Like, I don't think Void Spirit wants to build that item ever, but yeah, could be a good pickup on a Troll.
3,200 gold saved on this Alk.
They're just choking them out. Let's see the fight. Ollie putting a observer board on the high ground.
He's
pops
happy
the
to
ulti.
tank, but it's tanking and surviving. That's really not a good feeling if you are the side of Aster. They're going to go with the Exorcism, but onto the back line, there's the stun as well as the Astro Step. They're trying to get the kill into the Death Prophet before he
Wow,
able to
that
do anything.
damage!
Yeah, so much damage. No Exorcism there for them to fight with. They get the kill into Kaka as well as Ollie. They're taking the supports on the side of IG, but they end up losing the Tusk. Who's going to buy back immediately. They'll focus on this Alk, who's surrounded by the Serpent Wards. Battle Trance is used. Fly hitting away onto the Wraith King. Pop
the
that
first
first
life.
life. Go after Lanham for a second, but they have the Shackle. The stun comes in. That hits onto the supports on the side of Aster. Can they get the damage out and get the kill? No, they can't. JT falls. So does Fly. Emo trying to do all he can. He's got the silence. So finally get the kill on a Borax, but he loses his life. Aster with the comeback as they take a fight in a full team wipe.
That was a fight with only one buyback coming out from Lanham. Like, Death Prophet, they got nothing out of Death Prophet. Like, she popped the Exorcism, died straight away. For a second, I thought that was an illusion. Like, we're going to see that again. They focus her down with the Void Spirit, and she just evaporates. But the overtime damage coming up from, like, the Timber Saw, this shard is actually so powerful. Raid King overtime damage with the Radiance. They need to be more careful. Like, this, once your BKBs are down on Troll and Void Spirit, and when Raid King respawns, like, you need to be careful how you approach. Also, one problem was that Abaddon's ulti was popped straight away at the start of the fight, so, like, he couldn't play as aggressive as he usually wants to.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
JT Fly going down there, and Emo at least gets something for his life. It did cost a buyback or two from Aster, and that was without the Death Prophet's Exorcism that got taken out of the fight right away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Really not a fight that IG probably expected to lose. But now it's an 11K lead, still a lot here for IG, but that shows hope for Aster as they definitely are fueling themselves in terms of coming back.
Yeah, they show that they can still take these fights. Next Roche may respawn in
Dire's
25
bottom
seconds.
tower is under attack.
Exorcism will be up. So I feel Aster wants to contest that.
Yeah, I think at the Aegis, this game could certainly feel even in a lot of ways. So, Spiderlegs picked up here for the Wraith King. He's going into the AC. Abaddon going Solar Crest. Because Alk went into the Lotus Orb, not the Solar Crest.
So that's one way to dispel even more things, which I don't mind. But yeah, having AC would be great. Having a Solar Crest. The Solar Crest from Abaddon will take time to build up, so maybe having one a bit earlier would be better. Alchemist still, you know, farming. Lion deep down inside, thinking about, well, You know, maybe I'm next in the line to get that Aghanim Scepter, but at this point, you know, you just want to build some real items to tank up the team and get more utility from him.
I don't know. Lion gets level 3 on that ult, which he's only level 12, so it's not going to be for a while. But you could get maybe an Hex. It's like next in line a limited sale. You're third, and there's only 2 available. So, but I'm next.
Sorry, sir, we don't have any left. That's when you sue the store. So Troll did end up going for that Scotty that I talked about instead of getting the heart. Makes a bit more sense, you know, makes him tanky enough, and just Wraith King doesn't like to play into it, neither does DP, and also a Timbersaw, so gonna be great. Let's see. Timbersaw, he's ready to go in.
Yeah, they want to move forward and stop this from happening. They've got the Shard and the Tusk, so the Sigil is there. We'll see how much that does. Back and forth out of the pit, looking for the right positioning, looking for the right entrance, and don't want to be discouraged by a Sigil or anything. They're going to smoke up, so they might just look to fight instead. Stun charged up. They have vision. They'll blink. They'll throw the stun out. Astro Step as well as the silence coming through on a bunch of these heroes on the side of Aster. They've got themselves the BKBB Popeye XSS who's throwing out that flamethrower. The finger comes in on the death cover. They get the kill on the way down, but once again, silence, slow, out on a Monet with the stun coming in from JT. They control up this Wraith King, get the first life out of his hands, but on the back line is XSS with that flamethrower. He pops the borrowed time and he's trying to get a kill on a Kaka. Kaka doesn't burn out just yet. BKB's been Popeye Monet. They've got XSS running away, but do they have enough life to survive this? It doesn't look likely. Borax goes down even though he's Serpent Ward trapped as Void Spirit. They get the kill on Monet, looking like a full team wipe going the way of IG, and they'll get it. They don't lose anything.
Yeah, Fly, he popped the ulti like right now for some reason. Didn't even use it in the team fight. There was no need for it. He was just staying super tanky. Like, Exorcism once again, like they don't get any value from it. That Prophet a bit under level 16. They might actually go and try to end the game. Or check some buybacks, you know, see what's happening. JT's like, guys, I'm in tier 4 towers, but they will actually go for more safer choice. Get those 2 set of barracks.
Then back towards Roche. I mean, JT's stepping forward and throwing down the acid spray.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Trying to clean up, make sure that nobody moves forward.
So yeah, they take the outpost, they go inside the pit. That's Cheese and Aegis. Suddenly 22,000k gold lead. 22,000k, well that's a bit too high of a number, but yeah, just call it 22k.
It's a lot of gold.
A lot of gold indeed. Getting that Abyssal Blade on Troll in 200 after the Roche is done. They will have enough. Here we go. Smoke from Aster, but a bit too late. I just don't think right now Aster has enough damage. That Prophet, she has defensive items. You know, there's Yule Scepter, there's a BKB, possibly Tusk Snowball to save her, but it's gonna be tough because this Void Spirit with the Blink Dagger jumps the back lines, silences the Tusk and the Shadow Shaman. Like, that's his job. Kill these 2 supports first and then deal with the rest.
One of the things I want to note is Kaka, how amazing he was in that last fight, surviving on like about 150 health, ends up salving, getting back into the fight, and still helping to produce more kills. Like
I see what you're doing there, B-Cup. You want Lion to get his Aghanim Scepter.
No, you know, I mean, maybe if you know, JT's feeling like he's farmed enough.
He's too rich, you know. Share some wealth.
Trickle down some of that gold. He's got that Solar Crest, that Lotus Orb, that Blink Dagger, and Kaka's sitting here with an Aeon Disc, a Blink, and a 4-step. He's actually got a lot of gold. But he'd like a little bit more. Blink stun coming through on a Monet as well as the slow, followed up by Fly in a little bit deeper. They've got the stun as well as the fingers coming through into the Death Prophet. Can they get the kill? Emo onto the backlines with the Astral Step. They get the kill on a Whiteout, and they look over now at the Tusk, who's going to be stunned up twice. They take out Lanham. They've got 2 heroes dead. They'll take out the first life on the Wraith King. Wraith King now trying to get away from this one, but it's not looking likely. They will call GG and finish this game and finish this series. So IG, they'll find themselves leading the charge
Yeah,
as they get
IG,
themselves a 2-up.
great performance. They played a similar